Hello, and welcome to California Gun Law. I'm your host, Don Hammond. Today I'm going to discuss a new proposed law in California that would create additional requirements to purchase or receive a gun, including an 8-hour training class just to be eligible to buy a gun. Let's take a look at the status and possible impact of Senate Bill 948 and what you can do about it. I'm a licensed California attorney and a shooting instructor. I regularly help teach the 16-hour class that's required to get a concealed carry license in California. On this program, we provide education on California's complicated web of gun laws so that responsible gun owners like you can better understand how to lawfully exercise their rights. California has a complicated web of firearms laws and regulations, and there are lots of traps for the unwary. We want to help you do it right so that you won't need our criminal defense legal services. Today, I'm going to discuss California Senate Bill 948. This is a brand new bill that was just introduced in the state legislature on February 2nd, 2026. There's no action scheduled on it until after March 5th. But this new law would increase the requirements to get a firearm safety certificate. What's a firearm safety certificate, you may ask? Well, that's a little card like this one that you have to get in order to purchase or receive a firearm in the state of California. Looks just like this. Right now, to get one, you have to pass a multiple choice test. The test is written by the California Department of Justice. It has 30 questions on it, and you have to score at least 75% to pass. There are study guides available online, not too hard. Once you pass the test, the certificate is good for 5 years. In addition to that test, this new law would require you to take an 8-hour training course. That course would have to include at least 1 hour of live fire training, plus instruction on a whole list of various topics, including federal and state laws related to possession, transportation, and storage of firearms, the importance of secure storage to prevent unauthorized access and use of firearms. This would include the recently implemented changes from Assembly Bill 53. See my recent video on that topic from January 12th. They would also have to cover safe firearm handling and fundamentals of shooting firearms, risks of firearms and causes of accidents, how to legally relinquish or transfer a firearm, state laws pertaining to self-defense and techniques for conflict resolution, and mental health, suicide prevention, and domestic violence issues associated with firearms and firearm violence. You would have to retake this 8-hour class every 5 years in order to renew your firearm safety certificate and to be eligible to continue buying or receiving firearms. Also, this proposed law would apply the firearm safety certificate requirement to personal firearm importers. That's people who move to California and bring their guns with them. Existing law requires people moving to California with guns to register those guns with the DOJ within 60 days. This proposed law would also require them to get a firearm safety certificate before they can register those guns with the DOJ, which would mean they would have to take the 8-hour class. Now, while training is never a bad idea, this is way overkill for someone who just wants to buy a gun. Of course, the whole point is to discourage people from buying guns in California or bringing their guns into California. I don't know how many people are going to spend a few $100s and 8 hours of their time, plus take the 30-question test, all before they can even visit the gun store to put down a deposit and then wait 10 days to see if the DOJ blesses their background before they can go ahead and pick up that gun. This bill was authored by Democratic Senator Jesse Arreguin from Berkeley, California. You can contact his office at 916-651-4007 in case you'd like to let him know your thoughts on his bill. So far, it doesn't look like the bill has any co-sponsors, so that may be a good sign. But it would be a great idea to reach out to your state representatives and tell them how you feel about Senate Bill 948. This new bill does not change any of the exemptions to the FSC requirement, so law enforcement, retired federal officers, active duty military, veterans, and CCW holders are still exempt. This is another great reason to get a CCW license because it exempts you from the requirement to have a firearm safety certificate. And if you're going to have to take an 8-hour class, you might as well come take the 16-hour class and go ahead and get your CCW license so that you can carry that gun. We'll keep an eye on further developments on California Senate Bill 948 and keep you informed. Let us know in the comments what you think about this new proposed law. More importantly, tell your legislators. And head on over to cagun.law for legal updates and to pick up some cool merch to support the cause. I'm Don Hammond of California Gun Law. We'll catch you all next time. Stay informed, stay legal, stay safe.